I guess you could say I'm a fan of fans. I've got a few. Quite a few, actually. Here's some of them. That is just a piece of junk I use. That I got for free from a dump. And it runs pretty well for a modern fan, for what it is. 80s, probably. One of my first fans I ever bought. Still in operation. Finally got the motor running good. My grandfather got me this. I've taken it apart before, but this last time I cannot get it put back together. And to make it worse, I dropped the armature and slightly scuffed up the rear bearing. The journal, I should say. Filed it out. I just can't get it put back together. I don't know what the heck is wrong with it. As it is, both of my Westinghouses don't run. The motor in this shorted out the other day. And it's too bad, because the thing is mint. That isn't rust, that's just dust or something. This runs like a champ. Nice and cool. Blows a lot of air. I love old fans. I don't know quite why, but these pieces of junk are summer fans, so I guess you could say I'm replacing that. My workshop fans, this old $5 eBay find GE, which is in pretty good shape, I must say. Badge is gone, but it fires up, it's got high-low. That was my first electric fan. I'm restoring it. I'm planning on painting it this color, Massey Ferguson red. I know it's not right. It should be blue, and you might be able to see that still. In my room, I still have a Zero, I believe, or a late Eskimo, and blue-bladed. What is that thing? I can't remember what brand it is. I know they were also named Fan Master. Super Electric, Superior Electric, and upstairs I got the Delco also, but we'll get them another time. But anyway, the point of this video, everybody says they're coming out with quieter, more powerful fans every year, it seems. And Dyson seems to be bluffing about it a lot. The bladeless, quiet fan. I believe this is the quietest electric fan I've seen in my life. It vibrates a little bit sitting on a table saw, but listen. I believe that is the quietest electric fan I've ever heard in my life. It's a Dayton 8-inch fan. It has no model number, from what I've heard, and seen. The switch on the base no longer works. It's not even there anymore. It's just a knob. It is not brass blades. It's steel, painted gold or brass. It's 110 AC or DC. Built in Dayton. By Dayton. And I suddenly can't remember where it was built. Indiana, I think. It's all original and pretty nice shape. It's dusty right now. It usually looks a lot better. But sitting in the basement, it gets pretty dusty down here. You're sitting on the main reason. But I gotta say, this thing's pretty powerful for an 8-inch fan. But I don't get it. It's so quiet. These little fans are supposed to be the noisy ones. That should be the quietest fan I own, but it's really quiet. That's about the same way it runs when it's plugged in. That was an eBay scam. Oh, I don't even know what my uncle and aunt paid for it. They got it off eBay for Christmas for me. Got it on Christmas Eve. It ran really hot. Got up to around 200 degrees when I shut it off. Tried wiring it different ways, as per information on the fan forum, but it was hooked up right. The speed coil is blown apart, literally. The windings are hanging off of it. And finally the motor just shorted out. I believe it had a short leak in the windings. Insulation was gone, meaning. And if you know anything about this model Westinghouse, that motor is just about impossible to repair. So, it's a dead duck. It's too bad, 'cause it's mint, and it was described as running mint too. And it ran good. It was quiet, but it just heated up. That thing was a fire hazard waiting to happen. But that was an antique shop find. Oh, I know what I'm forgetting. There's a... oh, I forgot about you. I wasn't going to talk about that one. This is a little Handy Breeze fan I got from the antique shop. It's buried right now, but... Kodak Plus X panchromatic film. A little handy race dime store fan, as they call them. That runs pretty well. You know, I almost forgot about that. Almost forgot about two of them. Alright, sit level. There you go. Up in my bedroom, there's a 35, I believe the year is. General Electric quiet blade fan. I'm still looking for a Vortex. Though, after the few issues I've had with a lot of my fans, I'm looking for an Emerson. Because I do hear that they're pretty much a problem-free fan besides their single bearing, which rarely wears out. Yeah, enough of my blubbering, I guess. Ain't that just the quietest little fan? I used to have a lot of issues with the commutator on this sparking up. And at night it used to make a pretty nice bedside lamp. They would light the whole wall blue. I finally found out what was wrong. But for a while there, this made a pretty nice lamp. It runs cool to the touch. This is all cast iron. Not like most of them that are stamped. That blue G is pretty quiet too, but this has to be my quietest. And it's best looking. Yes, I know the cord isn't right. I got this thing 3, 4, maybe 5 years ago now. At the time I didn't even know it was still getting off. The only problems I know about this fan are, one, it doesn't turn over bad, but seems a little stiff. The oilers, even with new wicks, just don't seem to work right. They have no return, so the oil splatters out the back bearing in the front, obviously. Though, if you don't overfill more than halfway, they don't do that. Which means you have to fill it almost every other night. Yeah, maybe it's something I'm missing, but also the rear bearing's starting to get loose. So, that's a project. I bet if I got the bearings fixed and where they're supposed to be, it would run fine. But enough of my blubbering. There you have it. Bye all.